What is going on, Prosperity Practice? We are living in some crazy times. We're always going to be living in some crazy times. We're always going to be living in some crazy times. And as I'm going through, holy smokes, watch out for the mailman. Woo, woo. As we're going through these crazy times right now, we have to stop and understand that whatever's going on out there, the biggest aspect of it is going to be, how do we respond to that? How do we respond to that? The same thing happens with the prosperous mindset. Same thing happens with any opportunities, any awareness. I mean, that's essentially what awareness is. You're not going to be able to become aware of something until you're open to it. So during many times, and especially, so I'm talking right now from this COVID-19 time frame, and the world is in a panic. World's in a panic, and there's some people out there that aren't able to work right now, so they don't have an income. There are some people that are able to work, but for how long? There are some people that are sick. There's some people that are dying, and that's the global news. That's the primary focus for a lot of people. And so if you're in any one of those situations, I'm sorry for you, and I hope that you can use this time to build on who you are and who you want to be. And we find that it's these times that you have the opportunity, right? This is an opportunity for you. If you don't believe that, then again, that's up to you. It's up to how we respond in these spaces. Some of us aren't all going to make it, but that's always been a given. Life's always been that way. Life's always been about, hey, don't take today for granted, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know. Nobody could have prepared. I was having a conversation this morning with a buddy of mine about just how lucky and grateful I am that I found work in this period right before it all kind of went down. But I told him, I said, there's no way that I am in any way certain that I'm like, hey, I was ahead of the curve and I prepared myself for this, right? And there's no way that anybody was prepared for this at this exact time, right? No singular families, and no families that are kind of outside of the prepper zones, right? So, look, what are some of the silver linings in all of this? Is that we're all going through this together, right? We are all in this in a global scale. So this is what it looks like when there's a worldwide catastrophe, and this is what it looks like when there's a worldwide catastrophe and we work together to contain it. We work together to resolve it without arms, right? Without arms. And I think that's kind of without violence. So this is not something that is an affliction that is worldwide and is violent. It is something that is worldwide, is an affliction, and there's no one safer than another from this. And how is that a good thing? Again, that's a good thing because we are all doing our best to protect ourselves and to protect others and to help others and to help them get through it in the best possible way, shape, and manner. And that's going to look different for a number of people. And that's going to fluctuate on a daily basis because you don't know. You don't know because of all the scenarios look kind of crazy. So what's your response going to be to it? Right? Maybe let go and breathe for a little bit. Do you have a meditation, a mindfulness practice? Do you, this is, oddly enough, this is the same stuff that if you tuned in and you did the 30 days of prosperity, the prosperity practice when this all began, there's a lot of stuff that we talked about in there was, hey, all right, take stock of what you do have. Do you have enough supplies for the next week? Do you have a roof over your head today? Do you have your heat and utilities today? Recognize that you are not alone in this entire thing, right? Recognize that it's not just you. So if you are in a good stead in some way, what can you give to somebody else? Can you give somebody else comfort? Can you give somebody else solace? I feel that, in our own kind of sensitive manner, Meg and I are kind of sharing the way that we're processing it and going through it and sharing it in kind of like entertaining ways through Facebook. Some of us more serious about it than others, but we also have to recognize that this is way outside of our control, right? If you worked hard all your life to get to a certain point, and right now the rug is being pulled out from underneath, you are not alone. It has never been safe. It has never been secure. The world's like that, right? Tsunamis, earthquakes, disease, pestilence. So I know that sounds kind of ominous, but reflect on who you are, what you've done in previous challenges, how you can apply those to your current state of being. If you are not able to work because of COVID, instead of stressing on where your income's coming through, what is something that you would love to be doing? If money were an option, right? Because there's no amount of money that can put you into a particular place right now around certain people. There are people that are super rich right now that can't go and or do things. There are people with gobs of money that are losing gobs of money because of today's situation. So rich or poor, whoever this message reaches during this time, it does not matter. Okay? Does not matter. 30% of everything you have is 30% of everything you have. So it doesn't matter what that looks like per se. So what can you do? Can you go read a book? Can you learn a new skill? Can you go, learn guitar, play piano, color, draw? What can you do to take your mind off it to focus on something that you've always wanted to do? And then always reminded of Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. I think that one thing that a lot of people gloss over in that book is that he gives the exact diagram, the exact blueprint, structure and framework on how you can, if there's something that you're good at or there's something that you've always wanted to do, and you can help somebody else move ahead in life. He's outlined that. He's outlined exactly how to do that. Where he talks about the He talks about like the secretary who helps people set up their personal profiles and move them ahead, and helps them, basically, for lack of better terminology, she sets up like what does she set up? Not profiles, portfolios for people, right? And this is back in the 20s and the 30s, and she helps them to get new jobs. So if you're a resume writer, if you're a good writer, help somebody else, right? What can you do for them to put them out there in their best light? If you're a copywriter, if you always wanted to learn copy, letters and writing is something that is always going to be of high value. Somebody's got a product and they can't figure out how to sell it, but if you're a great writer, you can help them sell that product, right? Photography, art, coding, programming, any of those things. What is it that you've got that you're good at, that if you could teach somebody else how to do it? Excel programming, right? Excel usage, baking, cooking, and all of these things. What is it that you're good at? Do you have an iPhone? Take some video of that shit, share it. So right now, if you're not working, you're not working because of the virus, and you are not considered quote unquote essential, you have the opportunity to create something. What does that look like? Outline it a little bit, create that vision of what that would look like, and then focus on the few, right? And this comes from Jim Rohn. How can you focus on the few who are, maybe you've already got one or two fans. Maybe you've already got one or two people that love who it is and what you do. What can you do for them? Ask them, man, this is what I'd love to do. Could I help you do that, right? Do one or two, maybe three. Create those raving fans, and start with the few. Focus on the few, and what you focus on will 100% grow. So while, again, we are in this time of living in fear, and we are feeling kind of constricted, we are feeling scared to go out, we're scared to look across the hall, we're scared to scared to have our food, any deliveries, anything, stuff, any interaction right now. There are still things that you can do that will help you see the world in a great light, and just understand that you are not alone in this. That you, this is an opportunity for you to notice all that you've got, to notice what's possible, to again, and share that, give it away. The first few times it's going to be give away all you've got, and then the line is that people, you give away all your best stuff, and the real true money isn't in the product and or service that you're offering. It's in the customization of it, the tailoring of it, the way that you deliver it. I hope that this reaches you in a kind of a state that you're able to receive it, right? Accept it and see where you are, right? There is no good or bad, there just is right now. And if your situation is you've got a lot of free time on your hands right now, take advantage of it. This is an opportunity for you to propel yourself forward. That's it, man. Hey, if you've enjoyed this, forward it, share it. If you've enjoyed it, reply to me and just say, hey man, thanks for the words. I'm thinking of you, and I'm hoping for your absolute best. Let's make it through this one together, guys.